All right. I'm tired of surfing. Let's do this. I don't know how much service I got, but I got a lot of discussions and shout out to the people, you know what I'm saying, in the um, you know, levels, third level, fourth level, fifth level conscious people, the people that are down with whatever you down with, whether it be Christianity, whether it be atheism, whatever you want to call yourself, whether you're a believer or a non-believer. All right, let's do this. I was in the chat room, y'all. I tried to do this show earlier before the power went off. All right, but they came back, they messed up the cable line. Oh, that's all Satan people. But anyway, I was trying to explain this to people earlier. All right, before the cable people came and not the cable, but the light people came and drove a truck, hit my damn cable line. So let's do this topic right quick. There's always this discussion floating around. Maybe this video will do numbers. All right. Maybe to draw interest. Maybe people will call into the other shows when I do live shows and I say, call in and address me. I don't care what you say. But, that's for another day. But let's have this discussion right quick. I asked people in a chat room not too long ago because they were having a discussion about, is God real? Is the Bible real? Is Jesus fake? And is this real? And blah, 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 blah. Now, everybody knows around these parts that Victor Moan is a Jesus follower. I don't, hide that at all. In fact, I tell people that all the time. Some people even get offended when I say that out loud, and I don't get why they would get offended when someone's just being honest with them. But it is what it is, right? So the way you can know, if you're looking or if you really want to know, if you really, 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 really want to know, the way you find out if Jesus is real is that you have to go and look for Satan. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? If you want to know if Jesus is real, then you have to look for Satan. Now, I'm not talking about, this little bullshit Satan that they have on the internet with the horns and the monster and the shit, third dimension, three dimension. No, 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 no. See, anyone that would read the Bible would tell you that God cast Satan and his fallen angels that followed him to earth. There is nothing in the Bible that says that Satan went to a fifth dimension in a place called hell that you would see him after you die. If you actually read the Bible, Satan was talking to humans while they were alive, not dead. Nowhere in the Bible, even when Jesus came down to the earth, he talked to Satan on earth. Satan didn't carry him off into hell so they could have a discussion. So you have to be able to realize where you've been lied to and where the lies start and who's the major manipulator. Is it man that's manipulating everything, or is it Satan, like the Bible says? See, we have to initially find out who's lying. Now, a lot of people that are not, what up, bro? A lot of people that are non-believers, they have this thing where they always go looking for Jesus, an individual that the Bible said that Jesus was not here. There's no trace of him on this planet. The Bible says there's no trace of Jesus Christ on this planet. So why would you be looking for something that there's no trace on the planet of? But the things that are here, for some strange reason, you don't want to look at, because if we find these things, there's not going to be an argument. You'll see what I've seen. You'll see what other Christians seen. And trust me, a lot of us have not seen these things. Some of us front. Yeah, some of us lie. Some of us pretend that we've seen fallen angels. Some people will pretend that an angel approached them, or they've been to heaven, or they'll make up whatever lie they want to. When people make up lies about evolutions, people lie in general. You don't have to be a Christian to tell a lie. So a lie is more or less a human trait, something that's made up in our DNA. You don't train your child to lie, but they just start lying all together on their own. All right. You don't teach your child to lie. You don't say, well, this is how you lie. right? But at the same time, your child will lie no matter what. No matter what. Can't stop it for some strange reason, right? Well, the Bible said that that's because of what Eve did. All right, that will happen over and over and over until all of the human race is wiped out on the planet. That's what it said. So let's analyze, right? Let's talk about how you find Satan. Well, first of all, you have to find the richest people in the world, because if you analyze the Bible and you analyze what Satan was capable of, Satan made an offer to Jesus Christ, offering him the kingdoms of the world, because in various passages through the Bible, if you look for Satan in the Bible, all right, which people have a tendency to be afraid of, because to me it's like when I tell people to go look for Satan in the Bible, they don't want to go look for him for the simple fact that it's going to bring reality to everything else in the Bible. See, we don't want to talk about what we can see here. You know what I'm saying? So if you look for Satan in the Bible, there was a passage that told you exactly where Satan was. It said that he was roaming about the earth, that he was walking on the earth. He was walking, the motherfucker on foot, walking. I'm pretty sure he rides now. All right. He made Jesus an offer to the kingdoms of the world, correct? That was the offer. He offered Jesus Christ kingdoms of the world. All right. And you can't say, well, vampire. I want you to think about it. When you say at that time he was also on the earth, documented by the Bible, when he was fucking with Job and his family. He was also on the earth. He went into heaven and came back down to earth. So this is clear indication that he's been on earth, that he has never had any ability to create a fifth dimension called hell, where he is the ruler and king. You feel what I'm saying? So that whole scenario is a myth. All that shit is a lie. So that's manipulation number one right there. He never, you know what I'm saying? He was nothing more than a fallen angel. He's still an angel. He like the name Satan, Lucifer, does not solidify demon. And matter of fact, people's whole idea of demon is bullshit, because a demon is this created monster, right, that you were told to fear. Okay. The reason why Satan created that image of himself is because he did not want people to learn the truth about him, about what he really was, about, you know, like you know how the Wizard of Oz was. Like the Wizard of Oz was this big ass machine, but then when we looked and went behind the machine, it was another man that was just like us, right? Tyra ain't in no goddamn rare form when he keep talking about the same shit. Tommy, right? Okay, so now, according to the Bible, okay, Satan gave a deal to Jesus Christ when Jesus Christ came down on the earth and met up with him in the woods, right? For 40 days and 40 nights, he kicked it with his brother Satan in the woods, and Satan was trying to convince him to join him so they both could have possession of the kingdoms of the world. Now, I want you to think about this. Satan's is indicating in the Bible what he has control over, and he has control over the kingdoms of the world. Now, I asked this chat room, I said, who created the dollar in your pocket? I went in there like twice. I asked the question at least 2 times. Nobody knew. Who created the dollar that's in your pocket? Now, people that follow me, they already know. See, in Revelation, Sheila, if you go back and look at that, it says death and hell will be cast into the lake of fire. So hell can't be in the lake of fire. Lake of fire definitely ain't a part of hell. If hell will be cast into the lake of fire, it says death and hell will be cast into the lake of fire. All right. Now, you know what we would say in the 21st century a lake of fire would be? What would you consider in modern day time if I was to tell you that, oh shit, what did I just drop? Damn it. Well, hell, I ain't got nothing but opinions, right? Shit. I ain't got no hey, Jesus ain't sitting right here with me. But check this out. But follow me right quick. If I said to you that I went on World Star yesterday and saw people running from a lake of fire, what am I talking about? If that's what I told you, if all I told you is that I saw people running from a lake of fire, what did I probably see on World Star? And I keep bringing up this lake of fire. What's a lake of fire, people? Hawaii, a volcano, because we don't call volcanoes a lake of fire, right? But if we saw a volcano erupting, we wouldn't tell people that we saw a volcano erupting. We would say we saw a lake of fire. Now, here, I'm going to get to my evidence. Okay, I was just touching on that just as a side note. But let's get back to this money scenario. Okay, let's get back to this money scenario. Now, like I said before, who created the dollar in your pocket? All right, the answer to that question, what up, Bruno? The answer to that question is the Rothschilds. What up, bro? The answer to that question is the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds created the dollar that's in your pocket in America and in your pocket in the UK. Now, if you did not know that, I suggest you go look it up. That 4 Rothschild bankers created the dollar that the Americans use and the dollar that the Europeans use. Now, a euro dollar and an American dollar and a Canadian dollar, you know what I'm saying? We can just bounce into these 3 countries, right? But then when we go to Africa and we go to these third world countries, we're like billionaires. We could have like $100, $200 on us. And when we walk in those countries, that money will make us $20 million, right? All right. Who controls the central banking system? Oh, yeah, the same guys that created the dollar. Now, if Satan is not real, then what he said in the Bible should have never came to pass. And that's what I try to tell people. And that kind of like puts things in a whole different light. I'm not trying to knock your religion. I'm not trying to knock what you believe in. I'm just trying to lay it out to you flat that, okay, we're not going to be able to find traces of Satan. No? Oh, no, that's probably the doggies. Go ahead. You can lay down. But here's my thing. If you cannot find any physical evidence of Jesus Christ on the earth, but then we find physical evidence of Satan being on the earth, well, we know the God of the Bible created Satan. Not no other shit, not no other book, this book of the dead, the fucking all this other sideways scientific shit goes completely out the window. See, if we prove that Satan's on the earth, then evolution isn't real. That's the bottom line. And that's the thing that scares people. That's the thing that scares people. Because if we look at what the Bible said that Satan was capable of, are these things happening on the earth as we speak? Because if hell is on earth, you have to ask yourself a question. Is it true or is it untrue that people are murdered, innocent people are murdered, raped, tortured, cannibalism, all of these things happen here, right? Children molested, children being sold, human bodies, being put through a system, abortion, paying people. Now they have stem cell research where they're trying to reinvent human anatomies. Why do you think they crossing the lion and the tiger? Why do you think they did that for? Why do you think they made it a lion and a tiger? Why do you think they did that? All right. Bruno, you do know that that if it wasn't for Europe, okay, and when you look at 1863, my brother, do you know that the currency was already created? All right. The Rothschilds, all right, took over in the 15th century, my brother. Go back, because you still far in the future. Talk about Abraham Lincoln. I need you to go a little bit further back than that, my brother. If you want to trace the Rothschilds, all right, right, the world banking system, dog. What you thought? You thought America was by itself? Oh no, man. Bruno, you better look at your doc. Bruno, you better pull that dollar out your pocket, man, and see that goddamn bird on your shit, nigga. What you think that bird represent? You think that bird represent freedom on your shit? You think them feathers and all that shit on your shit, nigga? Hell, we all on this earth. Didn't it say that everyone would accept the mark? What did you think that mark? It wasn't no motherfucking 666. It wasn't no damn tattoo. What you think that mark was? When it talked about the wild beast and the world worshiping the wild beast, we worship the American dollar. That's the wild beast. 7 heads, 7 crowns. But when you look at your dollars, don't it have different heads on it? Don't those heads represent different crowns? Okay, in America, we got Abraham Lincoln on the money, right? He's a president. We got George Washington. He's a president, right? Now, y'all don't understand. Y'all ain't paying attention, right? Nobody's paying attention, right? Okay. From the dollar bill, the dollar, the 5, the 10, the 20, and the 50, all of those were American presidents. But Benjamin Franklin is on the 100. Y'all motherfuckers don't pay attention. An inventor is on the 100, but below him are all the presidents. All right, wait a minute. All right, wait a minute. All right, if that's the case, shouldn't like Albert Einstein be on the 50? All right, shouldn't Albert Einstein be on the 50? He brought up gravity and shit. We wouldn't know nothing about gravity. It wasn't for him. What the fuck? Okay. So ask yourself this, Bruno. Why would China accept money from the Europeans? If they created any type of currency that was their own currency, why would they accept European money? Think about it. Think about it. Why did the Rothschilds' currency become so stronger than the Asians and all these other people? Why did that happen? If they had paper money and they were already on their own paper system, who the fuck are these white folks coming in here telling them that they shit worth more than them? See, something ain't adding up with that. You got to think about that, bro. It's right there in your face. Think about that. That don't add up. So something don't make sense. We got to recalculate this. We got to recalculate this. All right. I'm just saying, bro. My brother, Bruno, I want you to look on Google and pull up the Rothschilds family and tell me what year are they found out. And I want you to look at how they had issues with the queen at the time. And they also had beef with Napoleon because at one point in time, Europe was on a system of gold and silver. I would pay you in gold. I wouldn't pay you with no paper dollar. I'd pay you in gold. But let me tell you how this Rothschild shit started. The Rothschilds came up with a hustle, right? But this hustle was blessed by Satan himself. It ain't like no street hustle. All right, it ain't like no street hustle. All right, now look, let me show you how this shit broke down. Now they made a deal with the devil. All right, the devil said, "Hey, we gonna make you, or we gonna put y'all as the, we're gonna offer you the kingdoms of the world, your family, your bloodline." This is how Satan cutting into them. So 4 brothers scatter and go across the earth. 4 bankers. All right, the one that lands in the place where they needed him to be, that was in Europe, the continent of Europe. So they step to the queen and they come up with a system saying, well, you know what? We're bankers, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to give me $500 in gold. I want you to give me $500 in gold, right? And as I give you this $500 in gold, I'm gonna give you this receipt, right? Check this out. Hold on, let me do this for you right here, man. Hold on, I got you. Let me get my receipt out for you. So I'm gonna have a receipt that you didn't let me hold, not 500 in gold, but this right here. This represents a receipt that you gave me $50,000 in gold. So wherever you take this receipt at, right? $50,000 in gold, right? $50,000 in gold. Now, you're going to be able to take this receipt, right? And say you got it from my family, right? And they're going to take this receipt and circulate it around. But here's my thing. If you want your gold back, your 500 in gold, you're going to have to bring me $50,000 in these back. I don't want no gold back. I want this back. So, all right. I want this back. Now check this out. Here's the real hustle. The motherfucker started this system and it took off all through Europe. The only person that was trying to stop this at that time was Napoleon. You know, the person they told us was crazy. Well, he was crazy because he tried to stop the Rothschilds from opening the world banking system that we're in control under to this day. He tried to, him and the queen, all right, they tried to stop the Rothschilds from doing this. Because they were saying, well, look, y'all motherfuckers are crazy. Why are you giving this family your gold for this goddamn receipt paper? All right. Who the fuck are these people? Nobody's. So as the Rothschilds are doing this, think about this. They're intaking all the country's gold. They're intaking all the country's gold. So as they build, right? Now they can start writing receipts for themselves. They've switched the currency into a currency that they've created. So these people are the richest people in the world. And they control all the kingdoms of the world. And they're not controlled by any government system. Matter of fact, they're not the government. The government is dependent on them to operate. And not just our government, but all the governments. Think about it. Every continent owes money to the central world banking system. You ever thought, like when I was little, right? I used to think just simple-minded, right? I said to myself, how could the country be in debt, right? And this is before I knew what I knew. I said, how can the country be in debt? Because money is paper, and paper is something we get from trees. So if the country needed money, more money, why couldn't they just cut some trees down and print some money out? The country's running low on funds. Well, the funds is a goddamn tree. Is it not? Isn't this paper money in our pocket? If it wasn't for a tree, we would not have it. True or false? Oh, so now we're getting into the value of things, right? Right? Somebody said, ever heard of inflation? Inflation of what? Inflation of the tree? We gotta get visual to wake some of these motherfuckers up. I think my Christians is following me, but we gonna get there, right? We're gonna get there. All right. You're saying let's think logical here, right? The country is low on this, right? Let's think logical. The country is running low on this, right? Where does this come from? What is the source of this? The source of this. True or false? What up, brother Derek? The country's running low on funds. I used to be a little kid. Common sense. This is paper. Paper comes from this. If it's not for this element, this tree right here, we would not have this. You couldn't even you need this right here for this. Am I true or false? We got to cut some trees down to make this. True or false? Right? How much money could I print off this motherfucking tree? I'm just saying, this is one goddamn tree, but somehow the country's running out of funds, right? But like somebody said in the chat room, wait a minute, somebody said it in the chat room. Well, Vic, you know what? You just can't print money, right? Because it's against the law. It's against the law for you to print money. We need somebody that has permission to cut this guy. I can't cut the tree down. I got to find somebody else to cut that tree down, right? And stick it in that machine to print this. Okay? Right. So no one in the United States is qualified to cut this down. Look, see how this wood is made over here? See how this wood? Look, same material, right? So wait a minute. So check this out. I got to go to the world banking system to have them come out here and cut these trees down so they can print up some more money. So when they print up the money, I owe the banking system for the service I could have did my goddamn self. Correct? True or false, man? We talking, somebody said not the same material. Material of what? Wait a minute. Material of what? You said the economy is weakening because they are still printing out money. The Rothschilds are still creating these. True or false? They're still making these. So if we have no trees to cut down, they can't make these. Period. All right. Even the money that's created today is what? Cotton, like the new 20s and shit is what? Cotton and made out of some other material. Where does cotton come from? Cotton grows out the fucking ground. See, I put it in reality, it's hard to swallow. Okay? Right. Cotton is a plant, Bruno. Where does cotton come from? It grows out of the ground. So once again, they switch over from the paper money to the cotton. I can't pick that cotton and make my dollar. I got to wait for them to do it. So my next question is this. Who told you that this dollar was worth more than that stump right there? Can I ask you a question? Where does the gold come from? Where does gold come from, people? Doesn't gold come from the earth? Isn't gold an element of the earth? True or false? Gold is an element, a mineral at that. True or false? True or false? So you said if you print more money, the money has no value. How is that? True or false? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. See, you're forgetting something. Okay, counterfeiters print up fake money all the time. Okay? Counterfeit people that counterfeit money print up fake money. So you're saying that they can't use that fake money to maintain the material or what they plan on getting with that fake money. Like, for example, all right, if I bought this whole structure for $10,000 in fake money, right, and got away with it, because you ain't gonna get away with it, but I'm just saying, if I got away with it, the only person that took a loss in value was the owner of the structure before me. So when you say printing up more money decreases the value, you sound like you came out of the goddamn White House from the customer service app. That's what the recording would tell you. How the hell would printing more money depreciate the value of it? Hell, if that's the case, all right, then they should never have to burn any money. All right? The point I'm trying to make to all of you is that when you look around, all right, there was a point in time where money didn't exist, that you were out here just like this without a goddamn house, absolutely nothing. We walked on this planet like this in the grass. And if your ass was hungry, nobody was going to pay you, or you couldn't pay anybody to eat, because $1 and all of this shit of gold and all of this economy didn't exist. And you wonder who brought control to you. The person that brought control to you was the individual that hated you. Right. Because I guess Truth Revealed will tell you that we started off with sidewalks and cars, that we started off and, you know, everything was the normal of the norm. I like to ask all of you, who told you that that tree was not made out of the same material that we use in our pocket? Who told you that? Because they obviously lied to you. All right? When you say that there is absolutely no paper in money, when we all know, all right? When we all know that paper and cotton is in everything we use, and then 10,000 pieces of paper. Well, you know what? They're going to